It's the annual Wrestling Award show. It's not really a show, it's just
multiple videos.
Yeah, so anyway guys, welcome back to Fog Wrestling. We're trying to rip off one of the greatest wrestling
Cedric.
Yeah, Cedric, WJ, Wrestling Jesus. We don't know what he's doing. He's deleted his channel. For all we know, he could have deleted his life. Shout out to Cedric, WJ, influenced us to make wrestling videos here on YouTube. But let's move on to the bigger picture, guys. Not really, but Seths are good regardless. Let's move on to the bigger picture. Let's move on to this year's Wrestler of the Year. We're going to make these yearly awards a yearly thing, believe it or not. It's going to be an annual thing, and we're kicking it off this year with the Wrestler of the Year in 2001. Now, the nominees were
2021, not 2001. I wish it was 2001, but 2021.
2001, WrestleMania 17, greatest Rumble of all time. The Monday, the invasion. Oh Jesus! Anyway, it's good. Seeing you think about that, and then you have to remember what current era we're in. Absolute crap. Anyway, the nominees are Raw's Bobby Lashley, the Universal Champion for SmackDown Roman Reigns,
and MJF,
AEW's MJF, and the Messiah or whatever gimmick he's currently going by, Raw's Seth Rollins. Drum roll please. And coming in last place with 10% of the vote was MJF. Unlucky for him. Coming in at third place was Bobby Lashley with 20% of the vote. And the winner of the Wrestler of the Year was Roman Reigns with 45% of the vote, beating out Seth Rollins with 25% of the vote. In case you don't know how this worked, we actually nominated our two picks for the year, and then we allowed you guys to vote on who you thought was the best. So we nominated these four, so with no real complaints, Roman Reigns in the end wins. Your thoughts on that?
Not my Wrestler of the Year, but I can see why a lot of people vote it that way, or 20s.
Well, I mean, I have no complaints. I mean, it's probably undoubtedly the best year of Roman Reigns' career. I think he only...
Well, it definitely is. I'm just not real. I think the gimmick's massively overrated, but...
I mean, it is overrated, but I think it's definitely... It's better than Bleed Out, you know?
Yeah.
The big dog.
The big dog set me free.
It's better than him being a fucking wannabe rip-off Cena. You know, so...
Definitely, guys.
We'll take this version of Roman Reigns. He's had a massive title reign. I think he's going for he's almost approaching 500 days now, which is insane. He's actually had a lot of good matches, to be fair to him. His match against Cena, for me, at SummerSlam stood out. He also had that great triple threat match at WrestleMania. Even outside of those two matches, he had he had a really good match with Brock. He actually had a really good last man standing match with Kevin Owens. The least said the better about his match with Cesaro. But overall, I mean, I don't think you can have any complaints with Roman Reigns.
I can't even remember the match against Cesaro. Extreme Rules?
I think it was Extreme Rules. Overall, I don't think you can have any complaints with Roman Reigns winning this award. Personally, my pick would have probably been Bobby Lashley.
I would
not
have
by
picked Bobby.
much, but Bobby probably would have been my number one pick. But honestly, I have no complaints with Roman Reigns getting it. I would say Roman Reigns and Lashley were definitely 1 and 2. Even though Lashley ended up finishing third in this poll. So your thoughts? The order was MJF, Lashley, Rollins and Reigns. If it was me and I could have picked my order, I probably would have picked MJF, Rollins, Lashley. Well, maybe no. I would have picked MJF, Rollins, Reigns, Lashley.
Yeah, I would have picked MJF, Rollins, Reigns. Yeah, I would pick the same.
Same as me. Well, there you go.
I don't mind AJF, but I feel like the other three were better.
I think the other three...
I can't name one MJF match, but I can name multiple matches these three have.
Yeah, I mean...
Maybe that's because AEW is pissed and I don't really pay much attention to it. But we've seen enough.
Could be. Yeah, definitely seen enough. Don't want to see any more. But there you go, guys. Roman Reigns is the first ever Fog Wrestler of the Year. Fuck your Dave Meltzers. Fuck your pro... What is it, 500? What was that 500 list today? Who is it?
PWI
Australia.
Yep.
Aye.
Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
Well, we're doing our top 4, right? And Lashley and then Roman Reigns is number 1 out of the 4. So get it right up, you. Let us know, guys, down below. Who is your pick? Was your pick someone from this list? Perhaps you think the rest of the year was someone who wasn't on this list. If you're going to type in Kenny Omega, don't fucking bother. Go to some other channel. Don't waste our time with that shite. And
that's pretty much it, isn't it?
And if you're going to type in Eddie Kingston, I'd advise you to delete just more than the comment. Anyway, guys, that is it. Wrestler of the year, Roman for life. Roman Reigns, wrestler of the year. I mean, who knows? If Brock was around longer, if Cena was around longer, he might not have won it, but he did win it. He's won it. He is the big dog. He is the tribal chief, the head of the table, the head of the wrestler.
The head honcho.
Till next time,
big man.
We've been Fog Wrestling. Check out the next 9 awards coming up. Going to be coming up thick and fast. Probably the next 2 days we're going to upload all these awards. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And until next time,
peace.